Where my girls at?
Taking the spicy red, keep it locked in.
Where my girls at?
Keep on watching while the beat keep knocking.
Where my girls at?
You love the flow, it's the ladies' show.
Where my girls at? Yeah. Where my girls?
Everybody please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Dwight Howard's ex and mother of his child, Royce Reed, has took to social media and created an account called I Had a Baby by Superman, where she highlights alleged stories that she says took place to show abuse and bad behavior. She talks about alleged cheating and hurt Dwight Howard put her through. Some people say the only reason why she's trying to expose Howard is because he asked his new girlfriend for her hand in marriage. Howard and his fiancée don't look to be bothered by Reed's accusations, but in the Instagram post, Howard fired back saying some people constantly live in the past, and after that, through his lawyers, sent a cease and desist letter. So, gurus, do you think Royce Reed is hurting her child by continuing her feud online against Howard?
Well, I know that she had an NDA on him. I mean, he had an NDA on her. So she couldn't talk even if she wanted to. When she was on Basketball Wives, she couldn't even talk if she wanted to because every time she would try to talk, he would shut her up. So now the NDA, I think, has been renewed or it's done for, and now she's able to talk. So now she's speaking up for herself and her son. I ain't mad at it. I think, hey, better now than never.
I mean, I agree with her telling her side of the story, and she's been consistently, dropping little nuggets here and there throughout the years. So like, I don't believe that she's lying at all, and I don't think it has anything to do with him being engaged at all. I think that she got abused enough by the court system with him and this situation with the children, and then but the one thing I don't co-sign when it comes to like I watched every video that she posted about this situation. And the thing that I don't co-sign is like she brings up things that have happened to her child in this form, in this way. And my thing is he's a young almost adult at this point. Like he's a mid-teens, like what is he, like 15 or so or something?
15 or
And he's
16.
got to go to school. And there is stuff that she's talking about that not everybody has to know about him, and it's his story and she's telling it. And I feel like you're not helping your child by doing that, making it a public. Like she could talk about all the abuse that happened to her without bringing what had happened to him into it to try to make a point. Like that's what I don't co-sign with her. Everything else, I feel like two things could be, true at the same time. She could be, not necessarily protecting her son in the right way, but she also should be allowed to tell her story.
I think it is a thin line between telling your story and just giving food, like giving gasoline to the fire, in a way, because I feel like how you said, Marcy, it's not helping her relationship with her son's relationship with his father. It's going to cause contention. So I don't think that it's the best decision that she made. It's the best outlet she could have gone on. I mean, I know everybody does it now, but I think that even at 15 or being a teenager, that's an impressionable time for him as a young man. So I think that it's just not wise for her to do. It's tacky.
Very, especially like just being in the limelight. Like more eyes are already on you, and he's young and all of that stuff. And I know you said she's been dropping stuff throughout. I don't really keep up, so I wasn't aware. But I wonder if like him proposing to this girl fueled the fire just a little more.
Hold up. I don't think so, because I don't think she wants him. You know what I mean? But Amy Luciani is an idiot. Okay, I watched her on Love HipHop. She's an idiot. She's an airhead. She's a clout chaser. That's the end. I feel like if that was the light to the fire, then hey, Party started. Where's the bonfire? What's up? Grab your marshmallows. What's up?
Right. Right. But I don't think she cares that he's
I don't think
moved
she
on.
cares.
Like he's moved on
Yeah.
like 20 times since her.
Okay,
Like
so
and
it probably ain't got
like
nothing
so
to do
now
with it.
she's bitter because he's putting a ring on it.
There are a lot of parents from women and men that really don't discuss or tell the child about certain situations that happened when when the parents met. You know,
Right.
whether or not they was in the right or whether or not they was in the wrong.
Yeah.
You know, I just certain things that your child will never know about your disagreements with the mom or your disagreements with the baby father. There are just certain things that you just don't want your child to recall you telling about their parent. She talked about, I believe it was in the DJ Vlad video. She talked about I believe it was unfortunately gay people was at the party and all of this
He gay?
different
He
stuff.
gay.
Huh?
He gay.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
supposedly
gay
that
too.
all pronouns was there and all this different stuff. And then she had to grab the kid and all of a sudden she left, and all of this different stuff. Why in the world would you put your child through some mess like that?
Well, it's not her putting him through it. It's court ordered. If it's court ordered, ain't it? Their visitation was court ordered. So if it's his time to have him and he got shenanigans going on.
No, she was living there at the house at the time. She was
Oh,
living
okay.
in the cottage in the back, and the son was just staying with his father for the night. So she was asleep in the back when he decided to throw this party with the
That's
son
crazy.
in the house. Now, I'm sure he told his son, stay in your room. And at some point, the son decided to come downstairs, which if you're going to be belligerent and all that stuff, you're not even paying attention to whether your son is in or out of his room or whatever. So you don't know what he's seen. And according to her, there was mushrooms and everything on the table, which is why she started to act erratic or whatever, like upset because she thought that her son may have, ingested
Yeah.
something. The reason why she started talking is because a DJ came out that the guy who had no, I'm sorry, not the DJ, the guy who's suing him for sexual assault came
Yes.
out, and then the other guy, the chief, whatever the heck his name is, got into it because he was saying he was at the party, so he witnessed it. So she was telling her story. She was looking for a reason to finally, or an outlet to finally tell her story, because if you listen to her entire story, she's saying she was shut down every time she tried to say
Every
anything. The
single
minute she
time.
said
Even
his
the
name,
judge
she
was
got
on
shut
his
down. She
side.
got sued again.
Yes.
Right. It kept her
Yes.
under.
Yes.
So now that everything has passed or whatever, she could talk. I'm talking. I'm spitting.
Canary.
Everybody's going under.
Talking about canary.
Everybody's going under. Yeah.
Okay.
So what about the other girl? What about the girl that he's marrying?
Amy Luciani came from Love HipHop, where she actually was a YouTuber or Instagrammer or TikTok, one of those things she was doing with her boyfriend Mozzie. That's who she was with when she first started all of this internet stuff. She blew up with him at the time, and he ended up cheating on her. You know how that go. She ended up venturing off and doing her own thing, and then for some reason she got picked up to go on VH1, okay, or MTV is called now. Love HipHop. She was up there for, I think this is what, her third season. The last season, she's arguing about how she want to talk to Jock.
Oh,
You
girl.
arguing with Bambi, her ex-husband, on how you want to
that
talk to
girl.
Jock.
That okay.
Not
I
Jock,
didn't
not
realize
Jock. I mean Scrappy. I'm sorry. Man,
So the let me get this right.
Questionable.
Dwight Howard's fiance is from Love HipHop.
Love HipHop Atlanta.
And she was recently on Love HipHop talking about how she wanted to stay or be with Young Jock.
Yeah, she wants to entertain him because she don't like the ex-wife Bambi. So she wants to entertain him. Oh,
Scrappy.
you do look
Talking about
good.
Scrappy.
Huh?
Talking about Scrappy, not
Scrappy.
Young Jock.
I keep saying Jock. My apologies. Scrappy, right. Yeah. So with Scrappy now, she was basically like, oh, he cute. I see how the way he was looking at me. I'm about to go out on a date with him, and went out on a date with him. Like you're doing everything for a storyline. She does not have a storyline. I promise on my soul, she gonna come back. What January 7th they said with him on the show. Come on, stop playing with me, man.
Crazy,
You
messy.
coming back with him on the show because you don't have a storyline. You can't argue with Bambi over Scrappy no more. Scrappy got a baby on the way, so you can't argue with him no more. You can't argue with Sierra talking about something she got her body done. You did too. What are you talking about?
Stop. She tried it.
Yeah. You arguing, oh, she got her lip filler. She fake. She this. She does not have a storyline, y'all. Listen to me when I tell you. She don't have a storyline. Dwight Howard is a storyline. He's a basketball player. Oh my God, let's acting like we was talking for years on years and
So
show.
do you think this is her vehicle to Basketball Wives too?
Well, you know what? I don't. That's a good question. That's a good question because she's a clout chaser. So that's a good question.
Interesting.
She got there somehow.
You make a point now.
She obviously was somebody.
You make a point.
Whatever. They're super messy anyway. Like that
I don't know
Love
if
and
they're gonna
Hip-Hop
jump her.
whole thing.
Only Safari could jump like that.
So wait a minute. Dwight Howard is jumping from one past quote unquote mess to a new
Clearly.
mess that he think might be better, but it's still messy.
Listen, this is probably
He's just
contractual.
spiraling
Who
right
knows?
now.
This is
Yeah.
probably
It
contractual.
could be like a transactional thing,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You know, hey, let's do the show. Who cares? I don't like you like that. You don't like me like that. But let's just act like it and get a check.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, she looks very unbothered about this.
She's
And it
gonna be
makes you
unbothered.
wonder why she's so unbothered about it.
Because that's her persona. That's what she
Listen,
likes.
I just have the same feeling about this that I did with the Erica Mena thing
Mm.
and Safari, with the Rick Ross and Christine Mackey thing, with the I'm just like, just give it time. It's gonna be
That's what I'm
over with.
saying.
Like, give it a couple months.
Accept your 3 months
Either-
and just keep it moving after that.
like,
Stop trying to
they're
make it
either never gonna get married or they're gonna get married and not last a year. Like, whatever. Like, it's
It ain't
it's
gonna go
all
nowhere.
like, because it's the reason they're getting into it. It's like you're in love with Dwight Howard. Really, he sounds like an amazing guy. He has what, 8 kids? Like, he sounds amazing.
I don't understand. I don't understand.
So now it really makes me question why the hell she's actually putting all of this out on social media. Now it makes me revisit the situation on saying,
Royce?
is she doing this? I'm talking about Royce Reed. Because if you saying that this other girl is looking for a storyline, is Royce Reed also looking for another storyline? So
She's not gonna be on the show. She done with TV. Like she
mentioned-
actually lost her job behind all of this. Like she was a coach in college, dance coach in college, and with all of the nonsense that was going on, they fired her.
That's why.
Right,
Yeah,
but she also
started
did
as a LA dancer or whatever.
Yeah, she was a dancer. She was always a dancer.
She was a
But then I
Florida
think they were
dancer. She
trying to-
played for Orlando Magic and then the Heat. The thing with her is, I think that she does want to be back on TV. I think she didn't want to be exiled.
Yeah.
And I think that that's part of this, is in a way she does want a storyline, because this is what people are interested in now.
Yeah.
You know, and so now she's gonna have interview after interview. She's gonna make money off of that. And then she was talking about other projects that she wants, and some of them had to do with television.
Oh, so I didn't watch
think
her whole thing, so I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
she's being transparent about it, but I'm just saying, like, I just think like dragging your family through it, and your son, who you're supposed to be protecting from this, is not admirable. Like, I don't agree with that, because I tried to watch the whole thing and be like non-judgmental and just like hear her out and like feel it for what it is. Most times I'm going to side with the woman anyway, because especially when abuse is involved, because I wasn't there and I'm just always going to believe the woman. But at the end of the day, like when she started talking about her son and she started being like, and then these certain things were happening and that happened to him. And then she would almost get graphic about it. And it's like, girl, shut the hell up.
Yeah.
Like,
you can just
her son
say
has
stuff, but don't
friends.
say that much detail.
Right. Like, I'm pretty sure all of his schoolmates didn't know this, but they all know it now.
Mhm.
Like that's the things that I'm not gonna co-sign. Like, and if you feel like you have to do that to have a platform, because she could have told that whole story and not brought that part up. Because
Yeah.
people could have just
Exactly.
came to their own conclusions, you know?
There was a lot of
That's
things
why
if she was trying to get a real story out that she really felt like, she could have went about it a lot differently. I mean, it sounds like she decided to go the messy route.
Mhm.
Ain't that what people like?
They love that.
And they were doing that to her. Like they were taking the stupidest technicalities. She mentions Dwight. She agrees that Dwight Howard is her son's father on Wendy Williams show, and she gets hit with a cease and desist.
Yeah.
And then they wind up taking they take her mother's bank account. Come on, like I'm telling you, if I'm getting
Crazy.
back to back smacked in the back, I'm coming for you. As
Yeah,
soon as I
I
can
am
come for
too.
you, I'm coming for you. You know what I
Jugular.
mean? And so I'm gonna get my story out, even if I don't make a dime off of it. I'm
Yeah.
letting everybody know who you really are.
Yep. And whether they believe me or not, I'm gonna keep telling the same story every year after year,
It
month
ain't gonna
after
be
month.
because of your dummy wife.
Might as well get me on payroll because I'm telling every minute I get. I'm telling. Who want to hear me, y'all?
Exactly.
You want to hear me?
Hey, you want to hear my story? Come here.
Yeah, right. Come over here.
Got a
Right.
story for you.
Rapper Joe Budden arrested after shocking naked act outside his New Jersey apartment. Joe Budden has been charged. By the way, I thought Joe Budden bought a house years ago.
Didn't he?
I thought he
lives in
did,
Jersey.
yeah.
I thought he bought a house in Jersey.
Yeah.
He might have a house. It might be renting that.
Joe Budden has been charged with lewdness after the 44-year-old rapper was allegedly caught by his neighbor standing nude in the hallway of his New Jersey apartment building. The lyricist turned podcaster was cuffed after being turned in by the neighbor, who saw the unsolicited display of footage and obtained from a Ring doorbell camera. The footage showed the father of one fully naked, according to the cops in the Edgewood, New Jersey township. Gurus, what's your thoughts about this incident?
This is straight foolish.
Confused.
Something?
I
Like
think
why?
Was he on something?
Right. That's my first thought.
that
Sounds like you gotta be
your
on.
first question, and then secondly, there has to be more to the story because you're just reporting that. Like
He's naked outside.
It would be for me to be concerned. Like my first thing would be concerned, not to like call the cops. Like I don't know.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
Right. What were you doing? Why?
Yeah, like what's
Personally, I don't care. I don't care.
It's the Ring camera. It's not like children were outside.
yeah.
Let me say this.
Um,
I have a story about somebody that I know who sleepwalks. And no, I didn't know he sleepwalked until he sleptwalked. And in the middle of the night, he woke up, walked to his nephew or whatever's room, and started pissing on the door.
Oh my gosh.
After he was finished, he went back to his place of where he was going to sleep and went to sleep.
That's great. Listen, sleepwalking is real.
yeah.
That's crazy.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Did
I
you
mean,
ask?
that's why I'm saying, like, this story is so non-salacious. Like, who
Hey.
cares? The guy was naked outside. Maybe he was sleepwalking. Maybe he was on drugs.
Yeah.
what?
Maybe he was
Why?
dared.
Because
Somebody dared him to go outside and he took the dare.
We need more story. Like,
We do.
If
Yeah.
he did that, he's pretty stupid. But
yeah.
send us
I
more
never
stories,
accused
so-
Joe Budden of being smart.
Now, I believe Joe Budden used to do heroin. Like
That's what I'm saying.
years
Like he
ago.
was on drugs.
Oh,
I know that.
really?
Yeah, he was
on
heavy
drugs.
at back in the day, but
That's what he was.
that was a long time ago. I thought he cleaned up his act.
Right, but this
Oh, boy.
situation, he said it was sleepwalking, and I actually believe him because there are people who do sleepwalk.
And do crazy things.
Well, there are people that do sleepwalk, which is why he's saying it was sleepwalking, because people are
People
going to
do
believe
this.
it because it's a thing that really happens. But you know what also is a thing that really happens? People wind up going on drugs and leaving their apartment naked while they're on drugs. Like that's a thing that
That
happens too.
happens too.
I'm just
Right.
saying.
I agree,
I'm just
Marcy.
saying, like,
I
Was
agree.
he
I don't
sleep in
know.
the video? How he gonna say that?
No.
No,
I-
when people
Sir.
sleepwalk, they actually wake up. Like they wake up. Like you would think that they're conscious. They wake up, do what they
No,
do,
you're
and
right.
then go back to sleep.
My granddaughter sleeps with her eyes open. It's the creepiest thing in
Oh
the
my
world.
gosh.
Like
Oh,
she'll be
yes.
dead asleep with her eyes like this. And it's like,
Uh-uh.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
don't be in my
That is
bed.
crazy.
Put on a mask.
so,
Wear
you
a
know,
sleep mask.
But if he
eyes
sleepwalks,
open.
allergies have been going on, take precautions next time. Make sure that you have a double lock on your door or something like that. I don't know.
Yes.
Have a security alarm that's
Yeah.
gonna wake you behind up out of your sleep. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what really
Mhm.
grinds my gears is when you're telling us nonsense like we're stupid, right? Oh my God, I didn't get a BBL. What are you guys talking about? Do you
Yeah,
BBL?
Please.
Ma'am, ma'am,
Girl.
ma'am,
It's like,
ma'am,
girl.
ma'am,
Seriously.
ma'am.
that's what I'm saying. We need to look at the story because you can come up with so many different things. It's just it
Mind
wouldn't
you,
make
it's not a
sense.
BBL that they got. It was injections. You still did something to
It's
your
the
body.
same
That's
thing,
what I'm
right?
saying.
Like,
Stop saying, oh, y'all are dumb.
She
Y'all
said
all
you did
stupid.
something.
Y'all all stupid. How we all stupid? Because we just pointed out the obvious.
exactly. You tried it. Make it make sense.
Joe Budden,
I
wake
can't.
up, bud. Wake up. You're
Yeah, you know, him being, you know, a famous podcaster, and you know, obviously he just did a commercial. I really would doubt that he actually did this on purpose, or you know, what drug is gonna make you sleepwalk? You know what I mean? Coke ain't
All of
gonna
them
do that.
now.
Crack
Now,
I feel
see,
like
ain't
all
you're
of them.
assuming he was sleepwalking. What we're saying is he was on drugs
okay.
and he left his house
Right.
naked. Not
Bucky
not
Nicky.
sleepwalking, just hey, I'm gonna be
Right.
out here. Oops, I'm sorry. I'm effed up and I'm gonna be out here in my birthday suit because I'm Joe Budden.
What
Like my
drug
thing
is
is
gonna make somebody do that?
Whatever
Yeah.
they got now, they got a
Um,
whole bunch of stuff.
What drug?
first of yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of drugs that do that,
Plenty.
but there's mushrooms
yeah.
that will have you hallucinating.
Yes.
You know what I mean? There's other things that can happen. Like
Tell him to
you
lower his
could be all
dosage.
jacked up. You could just be drunk and walk outside like that. You know, you could be like
Did the
you
video
could be at,
leak yet?
in a
No, I didn't see it.
what?
I didn't see the video of him walking.
I mean, who
Right.
who wants to really see who wants to
Yeah.
really see Joe Budden naked? Like, please keep the video. Keep the video.
Right. Please.
Because you know they're gonna
I beg
claim
of you.
that, you know, kids, you know, I mean, what was he doing? You know what I mean? All type
First
of
of all, he lives in Edgewater, predominantly white people. Okay.
For real.
Any black person stepping outside naked, oh my God, shoot him.
Honestly.
Like, come on.
Oh my gosh.
I live in Jersey. Edgewater is right up the street. Okay. Right up
So you
there.
know.
I know where Edgewater is at.
Early this year, I had the great opportunity to go to Jamaica. Since I've spent most of my career dancing and moving around and jumping on stage, that I didn't know that I would ever do anything that would ever offend anyone in any community, but it did. And because it did, I sincerely apologize. I sincerely apologize because I never want to get to a place that I can't learn what I need to do better, what I can do different to make sure that as I grow as a man, grow physically or in any aspect, that I'm always being humble enough and submissive enough to hear people and their concerns about anything being bigger than the message of Jesus. Because it doesn't matter what my goal and intent is, if I'm louder than the message of Jesus, then I fail.
Guru's world-renowned gospel music artist Kirk Franklin has made waves not only with his music, but also with his response to recent controversies. In a video posted on YouTube, Franklin publicly apologized for actions that offended parts of the Christian community in 2024, particularly during his performance at Jamaica's Fun in the Sun concert and Moments of Reunion tour. Franklin began addressing his attire at the Jamaican concert, where he performed in a tank top and shorts. His choice drew criticism for being inappropriate for the setting, which celebrated Judeo-Christian values. He says, quote, "I am aware now that my choice of attire was going to be something that would not come across as disrespectful," quote. Franklin acknowledged, reflecting on the unintended impact. He added, quote, "I sincerely apologize because I never want to get to a place that I can't learn, that I'm always being humble enough and submissive enough to hear people and their concerns about anything being bigger than the message of Jesus." Gurus, what are your thoughts regarding Kirk Franklin and his attire?
Oh, please. I'm with, like, when I was reading through the comments when this first happened and when this came out, I'm with the percentage that I saw of other Christians that were like, we wish you never apologized because this is so stupid. Like, really? It's ridiculous.
Right.
It's ridiculous.
Right. First of all, you're in Jamaica. What are you
You're in
expected to
Jamaica?
wear on stage
I was
in
gonna say, I'm
Jamaica?
Jamaican. They want you to come in a pants, three-piece suit.
Yeah.
The women must wear skirt suits.
Yeah.
You
In a
understand?
performance,
And that
though,
is
in the
a
freaking heat.
long gown dress. Girl, stop playing.
Word.
It's
That
absolutely
shit in
ridiculous.
Jamaica, they
I
especially
mean,
the,
I
the, the
believe it, but
older ones.
it just
Oh
sounds.
my God.
But listen, I've been to Jamaica. I've been to clubs in Jamaica. I haven't been to any like revival or anything out there, or anything like that. But like the people out there, like I've seen pregnant women out there with like completely see-through mesh clothing on and
No,
their
it
underwear
depends on
on.
the
Like,
church, honey. I think it depends on the church because
oh,
at the end of the day, you can't shun everyone. They want the money. You feel what I'm saying? You can't
right.
you
But I
can't
just
come to
feel like
church. You feel what I'm saying?
if you want to get seats in the pews, you can't be so selective of who and what people are wearing.
Amen.
Like you want the people to come, right? Like
Amen.
so
And that's
like
how I
if
feel.
he and he's not being disrespectful. He didn't have on like
It's hot as hell in Jamaica. I don't know. It's hot as hell in Jamaica.
Come as you are, right? Come as you are. Wasn't that what it was? So I mean, he's coming to them comfortable, giving them the gospel. I don't understand what the problem is. Like it just
But
doesn't make any
I'll
sense.
tell you what the problem is. The problem is that Kirk Franklin, not just in Jamaica, but I don't know if anybody has seen some of his performances.
It's been off the chain.
His
Oh,
performances,
please. He's being
wow.
himself.
I was about to say they're
That's
always
not
been Kirk
wild.
Franklin though.
You know what it is? It's because he's just looked at harsher because of the position he's in. But it's like he's being who God made him be. He don't have to be the holier than thou in my three-piece suit and this and that. He's being himself. And like
There are some people that do not like
They
the
don't
high
like it.
heels.
They don't like certain things.
They
No.
don't like the tight
No.
pants.
No.
Now, when I say tight, I don't mean tight. I mean tight. Like,
That's tight.
like it's almost. And look, I'm not trying to look. I'll keep it all the way 100. It looks like when Kirk Franklin performs, he looks like a gay man. That's a fact.
I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know.
Has
mean, when he's
anybody
retired?
seen this man on stage
Isn't he
shaking
from like
and carrying
Atlanta?
on?
So isn't he from Georgia, Atlanta, or something? Like from what I understand, that's what they do. You know what I mean? Like they out there, everybody looks flamboyant, whether they are or not, like out there. So I just
I
feel
don't
like
know.
He's
you know what I'm saying?
stylish.
It's a
Let's call him
particular
stylish.
He is
style.
stylish.
He's stylish.
Right.
You
It's
feel
his
me?
style.
You got
He
some
likes
men
it.
that'll,
Why
you
do
know,
we care?
he's stylish. That's
Why do
all.
we
He's stylish. He's a stylish pastor. That's it.
I don't
Yep.
think
He
there's
likes to
anything.
have
I've never
fun.
seen
Right.
anything Kirk Franklin wore that
I was about
looked
to
like
say,
he
this
was
always been
like
Kirk
gay.
Franklin. Like I
Like,
said, this has
Jesus, and I'm
always
like,
been
yeah.
Kirk
Let
Franklin.
me,
oh my
now,
gosh.
let me say this: Kirk Franklin could write. When it comes to a song,
Oh yeah,
yo, he throws down.
of course. Love
Yeah,
him.
yo, Even yo, I ain't gonna front his lyrics and his songs when they come across in the gospel field. Their basic people say is powerful, and that ain't you can't take that away from them. However, when it comes to you almost look like a cross dresser out there, bro.
No, he don't.
I guess they're
When
gonna.
you
have
a
never seen
man
that.
and you out there showing your belly button, I mean your belly, in conditions that it ain't hot, and carrying on twerking like that.
Brother said, "Listen to the message, not what I."
That was not.
Listen to the
First of all,
message.
that was not a twerk. I was like, that's what y'all call a twerking.
Listen to the message.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Y'all are
I can twerk
dramatic.
like that. If
Y'all are
that's a twerk,
dramatic.
then I can twerk.
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
like,
but I
that's
know
what
I
y'all call
can't
a twerk.
twerk.
All right,
I
it's
can't
not.
twerk.
It's all right. It comes to the definition of twerking, but it's like a half a twerk.
It's really not.
So when will it be a full twerk?
Never.
First of all, if anything, Franklin would be categorized as metrosexual out here. We would look at him. These are the people that you see in New York City every day. They look very like, because
Put
we have this
together.
image of gay people. We have this image of gay people having very high, fashion standards and all this stuff. So when the men like start to take to that, real simp man, they start to take to that now. Okay, they're gay, they look gay, whatever. It's like they just like to be stylish as a man. Just because
Yeah.
like you dress in sweatpants or baggy jeans and a t-shirt, and in your mind that's the definition of masculinity, that doesn't mean that all men have that same idea. There are people that are just look at your face. I can see your face. Like the people can't see
No,
your face.
well,
I can see
I'm no, because you know why? I'm happy to discuss this type of stuff because
yeah,
look,
because
I take it back to look. When it comes to Kirk Franklin and his music, and a lot of times I ain't gonna say a lot of times. I'm just being honest. Half of the time, when he speaks on the message that he speaks on, I think he coming from a real genuine place. And there's a lot of people that I respect out here. It doesn't mean that I agree with them 100% of the time. I could respect people and respect their viewpoints without agreeing with them all the time. And so what I'm saying with Kirk Franklin is that Kirk Franklin, if you go back, 10, 15, how long Kirk Franklin been in the game? He been in the game
Forever.
for about 15, more than 20,
more than
probably,
15.
over
well, if
20
you want
years.
to
I
go
think it's
back,
over
I
20
mean,
years.
anyway.
Forever.
Yeah, so, but in the last 10 years or 15 years, Kirk Franklin brought in a style which was dope. I mean, it was contemporary. I mean, when you had, I'm a big music fan, and I listen to gospel as well sometimes. And what happened is that there was a lot of people who was wearing suits at the time in the Christian community, and while they was wearing those suits, Kirk Franklin bust out with a new type of contemporary type of style. And that's dope. Ain't nobody mad at that. You know what I'm saying? However, as time went on, it got more contemporary, more contemporary, more contemporary, and now it's at a point to where people have to view it the way they see it. And there are people at that point right now where they're viewing it as that's too far for me. You got
Then
some
don't
people
look at
that's
him.
viewing it as it's not too far. But to
I'm
say
sorry,
that ain't nobody viewing it as going too far is not in the reality of what's going on.
I mean, who cares what people think? If y'all don't like him, don't look at him. People will watch him to say, I don't like him. That's a mental instability. If you do not like him, why are you watching him? I don't understand. I personally, I don't see an issue with anything he's doing. He's being himself. So, like, people wearing
Right.
suits and that, who cares about that? Y'all missing it.
But
Y'all missed it. Nobody cares about that.
I'm not right. I'm not a religious person. I don't conform to organized religion or anything like that, but I'm also not like a judger. People can believe what they want to believe. But like my whole thing is like, because like, I grew up as, a Catholic or whatever, but I made my own decisions as an adult, obviously. But um, I have a question because if I even read the Bible, like I'm sure I didn't read it back to back, but maybe you guys might know, like, is there a dress code in the Bible? Like, does it say you have to dress a
There
certain
is
way?
Not.
way back, like this
Like,
is
does it
the
say you
law.
have to be modest
I don't
100%?
know the Bible,
Because
so I
I'm just
can't
saying,
answer.
right.
No,
I'm just like, I just feel like it's just going to like, oh, this is not like, look, do you want people to come to church or not? Like, do you want people
exactly.
in the seats
That's
or
how
not?
I
Like,
feel.
That
why
is
That's
is it
how
the
I
only a certain
feel.
group of people are allowed to come to church if they
Right,
look a
exactly.
certain way? You
right.
want to spread the word, right? You have people coming door to door, just like I could be in my bathrobe when you come into my house.
Yep.
Should I receive the word then because I'm in my
Listen,
bathrobe? Like, it seems so
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous
it
to
is
like,
ridiculous.
and on top of it all, he apologized. So like
Yeah, but
he
he
apologized for something
shouldn't
I don't
have.
even believe he should have apologized
He should
for.
not have apologized because
Mhm.
it's not about
You're
the
comfortable
Christian
in your
community.
skin.
It's religious people who are that way. Like, oh, you got to look
Yeah,
like this. You got to do this.
Yeah.
yeah.
That ain't
I
God.
don't like
Y'all
that.
Yeah.
missed it.
I don't like people like
Mhm.
Y'all
that.
missed it.
And I
It's
And I
mean,
wish he didn't
he,
apologize. And I hope Uncle Kirk, when you hear this, you take that apology off because we don't need it.
And
Please.
can
So
He's not going to.
when I was talking to my mom about this, she said that he has spoken about coming from a place of need and acceptance because he was adopted and things like that. That might be why he made the apology because y'all bothering him. Leave him
Yeah,
alone.
yeah.
That's all it
Well,
is.
I respect that he apologized.
I think he
Mhm.
made the apology not for himself. I think he made the
Mhm.
apology for those who may be distracted and may feel away and may
Mhm.
be
I
distracted
agree.
about the message that he's trying to put forth.
No, I mean, I agree. I understand that's why he apologized. I necessarily would not have because everybody's expectation of what a pastor, reverend, priest, whatever should be is their own. Like they're not here. They're not the ones that are sitting in the pews are not the ones that are stand like that are the pulpit. So it's like, why are you even judging the person that's up there? You're not up there. So I just kind of find it funny that he has been given a gift and you're like Ty was saying, like you're obviously taking it in, you're soaking it in. Otherwise, why are you paying to see him? Like it
Exactly.
doesn't make any sense. Why would you be wasting your coin to then to just be like, oh my goodness, he look how he dressed. But like,
Dumb.
what did you like? It doesn't.
Mhm.
It's so
I mean,
stupid.
that wouldn't even make any sense
It's
to me as a person, as an adult. I can understand like as a child doing that, but as a grown person trying to soak up, you're there for a purpose.
yeah,
And it's like Marcy was saying, it says come as you are. So
yeah.
that means however you feel you are, even if you just came, out of the whorehouse, just come and get your blessing.
I just wanted to invite everybody to my church, on the topic of God, not religion, because we don't do that. My church is called Harvest Fields Community Church. It's in the Bronx at 2626 East Tremont. And because there's been so much overflow in the last year, we went into this year with 3 services, 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. So come through, y'all. Everybody's welcome. It's really
Dope,
going to feel like home.
dope, dope.
Okay, everybody, we are back with another Q&A with the Lady Guru Show. And if any of you have a question you want us to help you with, you can DM the Lady Guru's Instagram page and we'll try to help you with the response. All right, let's get to this. Hello, I'm a 33-year-old woman and I feel like a liar. Okay, I love my fiance. He's been in my life 2 years now. He knows all my family and friends, and I know his the same. We've been out together with my best friend, and usually she's the third wheel because she doesn't have a boyfriend. My fiance tries to hook her up with his friends, and it never seems to work. It doesn't work because she's my lesbian girlfriend. Okay, I've been with her for 2 years as well. She and I have been a thing exactly 3 weeks before he and I slept with each other for the first time. She knows about him. He doesn't know about her, and she's been upset ever since she learned he and I are getting married. I tried to promise her she can move in, but I really don't know if my fiance would allow it. I love them both, and I feel like I might lose them both. How can I keep both of them?
Damn, talk
Gurus?
about greedy.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say that's the advice you want is for us to try to tell you
How
how to finagle this kind of a relationship that you already know neither one of them are gonna go for.
Please.
Like, how are we supposed to tell that? How are we supposed to give you advice on that?
well,
Like,
one was going for it,
no,
obviously. The girl was going for it for a while, and she's just upset that she's getting married now. So, I
This sounds
mean,
Get
like a
over it.
movie.
Yeah, it does.
Like, because this happens in the movies, yes. Like, I
God.
can't believe this is happening. Like,
yeah,
really? You
yeah.
can't keep both
Hell,
of
I was about,
them.
I don't know what can we give you, mamas? I don't
All we can
know.
say is, good luck,
Yeah,
because
that's what I'm
that's
saying. Like, I
messy.
don't know what we can do for
That's
you, but
messy.
pray.
Literally.
I'm so
my thing
sorry.
is like if you may just have to make a decision. Like you're already saying your man ain't gonna go for it, and this woman is not happy about the engagement. So there has to be a decision made here. Like, unfortunately, you have to like cut ties with one or lose both.
Mhm.
Because at
Because
the
it
end of the
looks like it's
day,
not
if she tells her man that she's been having a lesbian relationship, he's gonna automatically, his mind is gonna go like twice around the world and say, how much are you really lying to me about anyway?
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yeah. You don't do
yeah.
that.
That's
You
true.
don't do that.
It's not
You
a
don't do
good
that.
look.
And who was the girlfriend to want to what move in with the
I know that
Like,
sounded crazy when she
no, seriously, like,
You're like,
read
what?
that.
what in the Netflix is going on here? This is
Yeah.
kind of crazy. Like,
I
what
just
is
feel like
this?
when you
Like,
go
what?
into a relationship with all this like secrets and stuff, it's bound to fail.
Yeah,
Like, you can't go
Mhm.
into a relationship
definitely.
and lie
Oh,
and then expect it to prosper and like, you know what
Exactly.
I mean? The only reason that you got engaged right now is because he don't know, right?
Mm.
So like expect him to ask for that ring back.
mm,
Mhm.
Yeah, this is a true definition of living a double life. This is different.
that's
This is
crazy.
like,
Yeah.
this
Playing
is
with
a lot.
people's that's crazy.
Mhm.
Hmm. We can't
there's
help
a
you.
lot of people out there that this is a normal thing with,
Oh
like,
yeah,
Hmm.
they know how to
starting,
juggle it too.
yeah, starting
Hmm.
with a
Mhm.
soap opera as big as this, and
Mm-hmm.
you know
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
I
they
couldn't have
think
that many. I couldn't have those kind of skeletons in my closet. It's just like that would be
This
just
is
I'm
wild.
too
getting
much.
too old for the games, bro. What are we doing here?
Yeah.
I don't
That's
got
the first
time,
thing.
bro. What we doing?
But
What we
That's the
doing?
first
there
thing.
are people there are people that live like this. Like there are
Mhm.
people that are polygamous, that are
Yeah,
like
yeah,
openly
yeah.
polygamous. They say,
Well,
that's where you're going wrong, sweetheart. Because if you are okay with polygamy and you want this to be a thing, then that's a conversation that should happen before you already start entertaining that. Like you've already violated him by
Mhm.
lying to him about what you're doing. So at the end of the day, like yeah, I mean, you can, there's no judgments. Everybody has a preference. They want to live their life. I even dabbled into polygamy for a very little, like very, very, very short time. And then I just realized very quickly that this is not for me. Like, this is not something that I'm gonna like entertain. It's not something that I
That's
can
too long.
entertain
Right.
emotionally. I'm not prepared for stuff like that. But there are people who are okay with that. So you could have had a conversation with him, conversation with her, figure this all out before the engagement, before the other thing got all, you know what I mean? And even now, maybe have a conversation. That's the only advice I feel like we can give is like maybe have a conversation now and bring forward maybe the idea of polygamy and see if they're both on board. That's really the only hope you have at this point because otherwise you're just being deceitful, at
Mm-hmm.
least to one of them.
for young women watching, how do y'all think pregnancy affects women who have ambitious young careers? Do you think pregnancy has more potential to help their careers or presents more of a challenge to their careers? And why?
I don't think it helps their career. I don't think they make that calculation that it helps their career. I don't believe that. I just think that they're human and they made a mistake and which they probably wouldn't consider a mistake because us mothers don't really consider our children mistakes, but I just feel like, a mistake in a calculation for their career, I would think. But I don't think that, and you also got to look at it like they're making all this money. Like, let's say, just for example, we have Halle Berry, right? I'm Bailey. Halle Bailey, right? Who just had a kid, and she just made all this money off of The Little Mermaid. She could take care of her kid. Like, you know what I mean? So, and sometimes kids make that calculation. Well, I have money, even if this doesn't work out with this person, I'll still be able to take care of this child, on my own. I think when you in this, making money off of this industry, you tend to make a decision based on whatever you want to do, because you could go one way or the other. You could excel by not having children and sticking along that path, or you could still take care of your children and have a healthy career. I mean, like, it's Taraji P. Henson had a son at a very, young age, and she excelled in movie making and all that stuff, raised her child all through her movies, and had, I just don't think it's not gonna, I don't think it's a benefit, but it certainly can happen. They still can have a thriving career.
I agree.
I mean, I'm going like we're talking about entertainment, but I'm just saying for the woman that's trying to be a lawyer or just being successful in general with the regular, I think that it's definitely going to be a challenge. It's about that learning that work-life balance, and I'm going to say whether you just have to have a good support system. I mean, whether it be the nanny, you're married and that, or you're like, you have your parents, you have to have a good support system to be able to have that ambition. I understand that it's just going to be challenging, and it's just on how you work it, because I do feel that if you don't take care of yourself, because postpartum is real, right? So, I mean, I don't have kids, but I'm like, as what I hear and the people that I talk to, that it's such a real thing. So that can kind of stall the development. So I think that it's just about being knowledgeable about, yeah, all the pros and cons to your career. But I'm saying that you're giving life, so I'm saying that's the ultimate job. So I mean,
Yeah,
you
when you're wealthy and you have money, you have nannies. So you always have a
know.
nanny to help take care of your kid. When you're just a regular, everyday working class person, prime example, I had to tell my baby, get your ass from right here throughout 30 times already. I don't know if you all saw my finger, my arm, just get your ass in the room, please. Thank you.
Hmm.
The room, I'm
I
busy.
locked my
In the
granddaughter
room.
out of this room, so
Please. Get in the room.
The advice is to basically have discretion in the beginning. Like, why are we? I mean, when you're saying talking about a baby, like that's the after effect. Like it's
Right.
about the beginning part of it, which is getting to know them and everything like that. But they don't have time to get to know each other. They're too busy working
Mhm.
on their careers as they, and meeting each other on like maybe hours or two, or having to take flights to try to get to be with each other. And so I don't think that they really get to focus and have that time. So when they're being intimate, because quote unquote that's your way of showing that you love somebody, right, is by being intimate with them. And unfortunately, it is the world that we live in. Nobody wants to wear condoms these days or protect themselves these days. So, a baby is thankfully is the best result of that. So, yeah, that's the advice I would give, is to take your time and really pay attention and look, and also date with intention. If once you know your intention, then you won't be able to be manipulated by the nonsense.
So I think because it's so hard because we looking at celebrities and we're like, oh, they're young, they have a promising career, but maybe they just hit a point where they're like, I want a child right now. So it's really hard to give them that, 'cause if that's what they want to do, maybe they mapped it out where, they've done what they need to do up to this point, and now they want to bring a child in and they can get back to it, because like they're not really missing out by taking the time off, that they need. And then when it comes to people, with discretion with the men, I don't know what to tell y'all, because I be trying to understand how you having a baby with this man who already got 9,000 other kids in the industry. Like, it because he's in the industry, so you weren't blindsided. So that is a self thing. Like, it's all self stuff. Like, you can't really tell anybody anything. when it comes to that. Because like you went into this knowing this man has children all around the world that he has no relationship with. That's some self stuff. But for the people who we're looking at, like Hallie and Coyle Ray, who are young and they're doing this, we just have to hope that maybe that was their plan. Like, I'm at this point in my industry, I want a child now. It's not going to take away anything or whatever. But if that's not the case, I would say try to plan it, even though it's hard to actually plan that, because anything can happen. Maybe it's not time for you to have a child, whatever. But if you can sit down and like plan it, like, okay, if I have this child now, this, that, and the third will happen down the line or whatever, so just go in with some brain power. That's it.
All right, Debbie, you want to go to LGS News?
All right, everybody, in case you've been busy or you just don't know what the hell is going on, this is the Lady Guru Show news for you. Meghan Markle will be starring in her own Netflix series on Netflix. Wait.
I'm crying. Wait, you got to keep that for a blooper.
Right? All right, let's start that over. Meghan Markle will be starring in her own lifestyle series on Netflix. The Duchess of Sussex announced her new lifestyle show with Love, Meghan, by returning to Instagram after 7-year hiatus, premiering on January the 15th. In an Instagram post, Meghan shared the trailer for her upcoming show. Quote, I have been so excited to share this with you. I hope you love the show as much as I love making it. End quote. The caption read, wishing you all a fantastic new year. Thanks to our amazing crew and team at Netflix. All right. In other news, Fantasia and Anthony Hamilton embark on a 6-city Southern tour. North Carolina-bred R&B artists Fantasia Barrino and Anthony Hamilton will put on show-stopping performances across 6 cities. Scheduled for March 28th, the duo will see North Little Rock, Arkansas, Biloxi, Charleston, Raleigh, Orlando, and Jacksonville. With the tour ending on April the 26th, it's currently unknown if more city dates will be added to this tour. Good for them. All right.
They go
That's
to
cool.
them things down there, man. They
Yeah,
go to them concerts.
yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
And in other news, Chloe Bailey reveals new Chloe and Haley album is in the works. Chloe excited for the reunite of her and her sister with Chloe and Haley album. In an interview with People, Chloe revealed that a new project is in the works. I know she has a lot going on and I am so proud and excited for her. I cannot wait for us to finally piece together the body of work we've been talking about for so long. At the Fashion Awards, we were able to perform together again. It felt so special. And I can't wait to do it again with another album. That was your in case you were busy or you just don't know what the hell is going on, Lady Guru Show news for you.
Wow,
Yeah.
are we here for another Chloe Haley album?
I
You
am.
know what? Go ahead, girls.
The
Y'all
other
better
ones were
do
good.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Uh-huh.
Ain't that song? Do it, whatever that
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
But I'm
Their
just
their
saying,
past stuff is good.
Mm-hmm.
but I meant with the
Mhm.
Meghan Markle, I'm just 7-year high. I didn't even know it was that long.
I didn't know
Me
that
I
neither.
heard she was like coming back now. I'm
Meghan
like,
Markle,
okay.
where the other one at? Where the other one at? The other white. Where's she at? They said she's dying of
One
cancer.
had
Where's she
cancer.
at? Where's she at?
Oh, right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where's Mama? Where you at, Mama?
She might be in remission. She might be sicker. Like, maybe they're
Check
keeping it low for
He already had
whatever
our
reason.
eyes
that.
Yeah.
all over there.
What was her name? I don't even remember her
Right, I
name.
don't even remember her name. What is her
Nothing.
name?
Yeah.
No,
my
Yeah.
bad.
Jack.
Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
I think it's the only one that matters
What's the
anyway.
last name? What's the last
Right.
name again? What's their last name again? I'll try to remember it. What's their last name? That's what I'm saying. What the
Drawing all blank.
Whatever their last name is.
Because they're
Yeah.
called by their first
Harry,
name.
either Prince Harry.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Prince
Oh
Harry.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you
Prince
go.
Harry. But what's the last name? Oh my God.
Well,
Yeah.
Oh.
Damn, shorty. I was trying to root for you. I hope you are all right.
You know.
We are so disconnected.
I'm
We
crying,
are, 'cause
right?
they don't talk about her no more. Where she
Mhm.
at?
Right.
We'll stop playing with her
Yeah.
and bring her back out.
All right, everybody. It's been a good show. For everybody
Yes.
out there, please. Marcy's trying to look up the name.
Right.
You caught me. All right, no, forget it.
All right, everybody. It's been a good show. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey, gurus, this is the Lady Guru Show, and we are out of here.
Where my girls at?
The spicy red